here with Tom Larkin from Shihad, the mighty Shihad from New Zealand, grabbing some time in Melbourne to talk about Rhythm and Vines 2010. Thanks very much for your time.
No problem.
Big year this year, new album. What album number are we looking at now?
Number 8.
Number 8. Gone number 1 on the charts again.
Yeah.
How's the year been? How's the response been?
It's been really busy, but the response has been awesome because I mean we did this album's the first one we've done by ourselves, like from start to finish. And we had a guy mix a couple of tracks and so on, but that took some heat off. But we took the whole project on ourselves, so that meant that when the deadlines were being pressed and everything like that, it was like so all hands to the pump. It was crazy. So kind of getting the album done was almost like, oh, thank God. And then you listen back now and it's like way enjoyable. But it's been great. You know, it's been a great year.
Yeah. Reflecting back 2008, you're back in Gisborne again, the beautiful setting of Rhythm and Vines.
Yep.
Couple of reflections. Obviously, it was a massive set from you guys.
Yeah, I remember just looking out and the kind of the way that everybody just kind of came down the bank, like the amphitheatre of the place, just beautiful. You know, I remember being really well looked after, and I just remember just enjoying the kind of, you know, the weather was fantastic, and the scenery was fantastic, all of that. So you know, I remember the set going down really well, which was good because Rhythm and Vines had always been kind of like this mystery to us. You know, we'd hear about it, and then finally we turned up and did a show. And it was great, you know, it was a really enjoyable year.
Any talk about what you might throw on the set? Obviously some new tracks from the album.
We're kind of doing, I'd say it's at the moment we're around about 40% new tracks.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
yeah, there's about 40% of what we're doing is off the new album, and kind of rounded out with kind of some of the old, kind of the usual suspects. But I think the big thing about the Rhythm and Vines appearance is that in this one we're doing kind of like the set that we're touring Australia with, and kind of the modern kind of album set, so that's going to be different from what we're doing later on in the year. Yeah. So it should be good.
Are you sort of sticking with that theme this year at Rhythm and Vines? Anybody that you're keen to check out while you're down there?
NERD and Justice, those two I'm really looking forward to. I think a couple of local acts, there's Optimus Grind and Holly Smith. I always like a bit of Holly.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Festival scene in New Zealand. You guys have been playing together for over 20 years. You've seen the scene change. You've seen festivals come and go. What's your thoughts on that? Rhythm and Vines obviously now is really big.
I think the real big thing in festival land is it's shifted gears from being high risk and cowboy orientated and often dangerous actually on the night. Whether it's a staging issue, safety issues around staging, safety issues around power, safety issues for the crowd, inadequate security or inadequate kind of facilities for the crowd. So all that stuff's changed and it's been huge. And a lot of the festivals now, if they don't present those kind of stands, they're gone. And that's the biggest difference over the 20 years. Is it's changed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it gives festival guys a lot more confidence.
Yeah,
going to knowing that there's going to be a quality product.
Well, that's and
everything's going to be delivered.
Well, that's part of the cycle is that they know that back in the day they'd spend their money on a festival ticket and it'd be a fucking misery. And then these days, they're going to spend their money on a festival ticket, and you've got kind of places that they trust and environments that they trust, even if they're not going for necessarily a lineup that they would pull the trigger on just because of the acts, but they know that the actual environment will allow them to have a good time. And I think you're starting to see that in the premier festivals. That's the element that they kick in, that they give people, the punters, such a good all-round experience that they come back regardless.
I think, and it's absolutely reflected with what the guys have done at R&B, going from a one-day event with a couple of hundred guys to what are we looking at this year, 20,000 people.
Exactly.
3 days, still a lineup. So
exactly. Well, you don't get that without trust, and that's the thing, and that was not there. You'd have fly-by-night festivals, they'd be on for 1 year, everyone would get fucked over, and that's changed, and I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah, fantastic. I guess finally, a lot of people, well, who knows how many were there in 2008 and got to witness that epic set.
Yeah.
Any couple of words of advice, what the punters can expect on the day?
I think this one will be heavier. That's what I'd say. I think it'll be heavier.
Get the security down the front.
I think it'll just be a little bit more kind of, there'll be an extra shot of espresso in the mix. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds epic. Sounds epic. Any final thoughts for Behind the Fines viewers? Thanks very much for your time, Tom.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to having you down there, and we're 6 weeks away now.
Yep.
We're pumped. You guys?
We're pumped. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to Ribbon Vines and bringing in 2011.